StarBlade. This game was released by Namco in 1991. One of the neat things about this game, it was an on-rail shooter in space, which was not, the first of its kind. But one of the neat things that this machine brought to the arcade was the use of a concave mirror that was used in the arcade cabinet to give the player a illusion of depth of the play field. Another neat thing that this game features, it had surround sound in it, and it also had a motor mounted underneath the seat that would vibrate whenever the player got struck by an enemy ship. The controls were pretty straightforward. It was just a standard flight yoke where you control your crosshairs on the screen, and every time you destroyed an enemy ship, the crosshairs would light up. Now, one thing the arcade version of StarBlade was notable for was the use of its 3D real-time graphics. This was done using the Namco System 21 arcade board, and it is believed that this had a very strong influence on the 1993 Nintendo game Star Fox. Now, the story of this game is you're trying to defend your mother planet from the evil menace Red Eye. So you fly your space fighter. You're actually not flying your space fighter. Somebody else is flying your space fighter. But you're controlling the gun turret, and you're destroying all the evil enemies as you try to make your way to Red Eye to destroy it. Similar to the Death Star in Star Wars Arcade. Now let's take a look at the arcade game itself. Now this is being played via emulation using MAME. So we're going to go through the different screens and see what they look like. In this first screen, we're defending our motherships here at our mother planet. Trying to destroy all these different fighters. Right there's the enemy flagship. Now I really like this warp effect. It's awesome. And then our next screen, we're in an asteroid field. You see, some of the asteroids have guns mounted to them.
Making a rapid descent. Entering enemy's defense.
Then on this screen, we start attacking the super destroyers. Then next, we attack the enemy convoy. Next, we attack an enemy outpost. Now for an attack run on an enemy carrier. I'm not for sure what these are supposed to represent, but I call them the squares of doom.
Shields low. Danger. Broke through the enemy's last defenses.
And
are
finally,
about to descend
Red
into
Eye.
battle. Red Eye is shielded by special energy shields. There are enemy access passages through the shields. We have located a passage and are headed for Octopus. Locate the target approach vector on Red Eye surface.
Now we begin the ground assault level. Now doing a canyon run, trying to avoid these crazy cannons that pop out of the walls.
Making a quick turn.
Next, we do an assault on the enemy base.
We're under attack. Energy shields making a quick turn. Making a steep rise. Making a rapid descent. Danger. Warning. Located enemy flagship ship commander.
And now we fight Octopus.
Penetrate Red Eye surface defenses. Target power stone within the central energy chamber. Shields low. Danger. Shields low. Destroy power stone. You're under attack. Energy shields decreasing. Shields low. Danger. Shields low. You're under attack. Energy boost shields decreasing. All wing ships launch. Over.
Then we get to watch a really cool explosion.
Verify Octopus energy source has decreased and stopped.
But the battle doesn't end there. We have to destroy the enemy flagship.
Located enemy flagship commander. Minisode, come in, GS1. This is Team Leader. This is Team Leader.
This sequence reminds me a lot of the Death Star trench run.
Find the iceberg control center.
The reactor core of the flagship.
You're under attack. Located any flagship commander. Geosword, come in, Geosword. This is Team Leader. This is Team Leader. Destroy the control center, Geosword. We'll cover you. Over. Destroy all the projections. Victory! This is Team Leader. This is Team...
Now let's take a look at some home ports of this awesome arcade game. First up is the 3DO version. Now what's cool about this version, it gives you two options, either original arcade or the enhanced version. I'm playing the enhanced version here. The only bad thing about this version is you have to use a D-pad to play the game, which makes it a little bit harder.
Geosword, come in, Geosword. This is Team Leader. This is Team Leader.
Take the right one, Geosword. I'll take the left one. Over.
Warp mode set. Enemy fleet has warped towards Red Eye. Pursue and engage Red Eye. Geosword warp point is located. Coordinates set at W726.
Now let's take a look at the Sega CD version. And one of the first things you're going to notice is the enemy ships are just basically wireframe models. There's no 3D modeling or polygons for the ships. But it's still very playable. Now if you have a Sega mouse, this game is even much more enjoyable to play instead of using the D-pad on the Genesis controller.
Warp mode set. Enemy fleet has warped towards Red Eye. Pursue and engage Red Eye. Geosword warp point is located. Coordinates set at W726.
Now let's take a look at the PlayStation 1 version. Now just like the 3DO version, this has the ability to choose between the original arcade version or the enhanced version. This also gives you the ability to use a PlayStation mouse with the game, which makes it much more enjoyable to play.
Geosword, come in, Geosword. This is Team Leader. This is Team Leader. Take the right one, Geosword. I'll take the left one. Over.
Now on the PS2, StarBlade is hidden inside the Tekken 5 game. You actually play the game at the very beginning when you start up the disc. And you can actually unlock the game as part of the arcade museum inside of Tekken 5. You use the analog stick to control the crosshair, which seems to work fairly well. Now, if you have an iPad, you can play the game on your iPad as well as part of the Namco collection. Now, the only bad thing about this version is you're using the touchscreen to control your cursor. And as you can see, your finger does get in the way as you try to play the game.
Broke through the asteroid belt. Ready to engage the enemy. Taking a rapid descent. Entering enemy's defense line.
Geosword, come in, Geosword. This is Team Leader. This is Team Leader. Attack the point, Geosword. I'll attack the starboard. Over.
Well, that was StarBlade, an awesome game from 1991 by Namco, the people who brought us Pac-Man. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.